Hello and welcome back to the channel. I'm going to be covering the ratings for She-Hulk and breaking down some of the rumors that are coming out about just how bad the ratings have fallen off. So without further ado, let's get into the story. Now previously we had seen that She-Hulk had actually failed to make the Nielsen's streaming chart top 10, which was a first for a Marvel show. She-Hulk viewership numbers suggest the Marvel Studios and Disney Plus legal sitcom failed to gain a foothold among American audiences. You can see nearly 6 weeks in, viewers finally have a clue as to just how well Marvel Studios' She-Hulk has been doing. The results show a rather underwhelming performance from Disney Plus's latest superhero series. The data comes courtesy of Nielsen's dedicated streaming charts, whose results range from August 15th through the 21st, show that She-Hulk failed to make the top 10 for original content. Now, just as a reminder, August 15th through the 21st would be this first episode. It means that its debut was not that great. Now, I do have some information around the debut numbers. Complete rumor, but these are supposedly leaks that are coming out of Disney themselves. So let's go through those numbers. Now, first off, we have episode 1. Now, this is information that came out as of August 30th. And it was reported that episode 1 had received 11 million views in about 12 days. So about 1 million views per day, like 920,000, I guess we're being exact. So that's not great, but it's not terrible either. I mean, sometimes shows start out slow and then they pick up steam. But in this case, it doesn't look like any steam was preserved for the next week, because episode 2 had just 2 million views as of August 30th, that same day, which means it had garnered only 2 million views in 5 days' time, because we see it debuted on August 25th. That means the average dropped from about 1 million views a day to about 400,000 views per day overall. And even worse, 50% of the people who bothered to watch the second episode even tuned out at this particular moment. So let's watch that moment now.
Only qualified, but now everyone around here is always going to think this is the only reason I got the job. It's so unfair. Should be able to enjoy the fact that I just got an amazing new job and I can't. These dodos never had to deal with this on their first day at work. These dodos never had to deal with this.
Okay, and that was the point right there. These dodos never had to deal with this on their first day of work. Now, I've talked about this previously. This is a whiny monologue by She-Hulk. She's feeling uncertain and, I don't know, concerned. And, you know, I think that's everybody's first day at work. Even those whiny dodos, all the white men in the boardroom behind her. Like, everybody is filled with a little bit of doubt on their first day of work. But of course, as I've talked about this in the past, this is sort of like a normal MO and canon-breaking MO. She-Hulk should be, you know, brave and confident, almost maybe to a fault, overconfident possibly. But again, that's not necessarily how they're portrayed, and it's not always consistent either. So sometimes Jen seems very confident as Jen, and She-Hulk has doubt. And then other times they flip it. And I mean, I guess that makes it a little more realistic, but it also just means that, like, She-Hulk almost doesn't have her own distinct personality, kind of like she's supposed to. I don't know. In any case, that is the point in time at which fully 50% of those 2 million people who bothered to even view the second episode said nope. They noped the fuck out. So now let's fast forward to September 4th. And this is after the debut of episode 3. And we see that episode 3 had accumulated about 50,000 views by this time. Now this is a full 3 days in, right? September 4th. So we have around 50,000 views, and that's it. Now most of those views came in the first couple of days, Thursday and Friday. And the good news, I guess, about this episode was that they retained about 90% of their audience all the way through. So most people who started the show finished the show versus the 50% for episode 2. But of course, it gets worse from there. Now let's focus on episode 4, which is the Tinder episode. Is this not real magic? Wong needs to consult Jen and basically get someone to stop using a sling ring, something that a basic magician could do in, I don't know, 5 seconds. Like, we actually saw that this was one of the very first things that Doctor Strange figured out how to do. Was once he figured out how to use his sling ring, he figured out how to open a portal and simply grab something and then, like, books from the library, and then close the portal and you're done. No muss, no fuss. It's all over. This is something that a basic sorcerer can achieve, and we're supposed to believe Sorcerer Supreme Wong can't handle this without engaging the legal profession. Absolutely absurd. In any case, episode 4, less than 20,000 people watched this show on the date it debuted. So we had gone from 1 million views a day almost for episode 1 to about 400,000 views per day for episode 2. And here we are at episode 4, and we've collected on a debut day 20,000 views, and that's it. That's a collapse. That's an absolute collapse of the viewership. And supposedly by this time, of course, Bob and the board are absolutely fuming. And also supposedly by this time, the last 3 episodes of the season were already going through edits to try and, well, fix the woke nonsense that was in the show that was clearly turning viewers off. But I think it's too late to try and tackle the last 3 episodes. But it gets even worse. Now, September 23rd, we have another update, and that is that episode 6 on its debut date debuted to less than 10,000 views. This is nothing short of an absolute disaster for She-Hulk. And I have to say, even I couldn't watch this show, just Jen, the latest episode. I couldn't hardly bear to bring myself around to watch it. And you can see the ratings here on IMDb. It's the worst rated episode at 4.6 stars. Look, this is, I don't know what else to tell you, that this is what happens, ladies and gentlemen, this is what happens when you hate your audience. Then you say, well, this show's not for you, so just don't watch it. And guess what they do? They just decide to not watch it. And guess what? Nobody is tuning in to watch this shit. They don't want to see it. They just simply don't want to see it. I guess I don't have any other way to finish out this horrible review of what's happening in the ratings of She-Hulk other than to say, get woke, go broke. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. What do you think about the absolute ratings collapse of She-Hulk? And what do you think about the first 6 episodes? Have you even tuned in and watched all these episodes? I mean, I've stayed with it barely because I'm covering it for this channel. But honestly, if I wasn't covering this for the channel, I wouldn't be watching this show. I probably would have watched the first 2 episodes, and that would have been enough for me. That's just my thoughts. Again, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. In the meantime, if you want to continue to smash the narrative and support the channel, then please click the like, share, and subscribe button. We are making a push for 1,000 subscribers. If you enjoy the content you're seeing, then you could help out a small channel a lot by clicking that subscribe button. That's all I have for now. I will see you in the next video. Have a great day.